So what I'm going to show you guys is the Lunge matrix system. Again, adapted from the Gray Institute. It offers more solutions in regards to the lunge, or the front lunge that we're all familiar with. It basically consists of stepping forward and loading that forward leg and coming back to center. We do it all the time, walking, running, jogging, but now we're going to condense it into more of a movement pattern that consists of multi-dimensions by stepping forward, to the side, and rotating. So what we're going to do is actually start with the front lunge, load that, and see how that feels. And notice that the distance you're actually taking, again, it's subconscious. We do what we feel is comfortable and actually reasonable at the time, but understand that there is also an initial range, which could be a simple step forward, or a mid-range, a little bit further than the initial, and then end range. That's where you feel the muscles really tighten up and feel that threshold or that stretch. So explore those different ranges as you're doing this lunge sequence. So we're going to start off with the front lunge. Again, you pick the distance that's comfortable for you, and then you come back to center. We can work the clock and start to move into more the lateral plane by stepping directly to the side. See how that feels. You'll feel more of a stretch in the inside of your thigh. And then, when you come back to center, you're going to rotate the hip out and load that moving foot. And again, you're going to feel that stretch in the inner groin as you load. Again, with the rotation and the lateral plane, most of us do not work in that plane, so we're not going to have as much motion. Doesn't mean we don't need it, we need it even more. You want to start to utilize the initial range and the mid-range. Don't worry about the end range, that's going to come later. Okay, so those are things or variables that you can start to tweak yourself to have a successful movement pattern in regards to the lunge series. Okay, we're going to go over the lunge matrix series. Again, you start from front, back, side to side, rotating in and out, taking advantage of all those planes of motion with the driving foot. So my driving foot is going to be the right leg. I'm going to start at end range, and then we're going to work the different distances as we go on. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to take my driving foot, I'm going to load it where it's comfortable for me. Go forward, I'm going to step to the side, in lateral plane, and I'm going to rotate away, still keeping this leg straight. Again, we're lengthening this leg and coming back home. I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. I'm going to go forward, come back to center, to the left, in the lateral plane. And that all-powerful transverse plane, loading that foot, again, keeping that straight, coming back to center. We're going to discover and explore the mid-ranges now. This could be more comfortable for more people. Okay, so we're not going to take a long step, just enough, and then load that foot, and then come back to center, take it to the lateral, and then rotate out. And do the same thing on the left side. Again, you're not really transferring a lot of load, you're just translating to the side here. And then initial range, if you really have a lot of fear on the lunges, you can just step about a foot distance and still load the hip a bit. Still lunge and coming back in. Step to the side, lunging that side, put some load here, come back to center. I'm going to rotate out. Again, it's a slight rotation, and then coming back home. And repeating that here, loading the hip, emphasizing some load on this driving leg here, and rotating out.